All right, everybody, welcome back to the JNC Baseball Show. Today's episode, we're going to be going with Tampa Bay Rays. They made some pretty good offseason moves this year, and to be honest with you, I think they had a really, really good one with the Dodgers. Jose De Leon, way better than Logan Forsythe, in my opinion, when it comes to the how long they're going to have him for.
See, pitchers as a general rule are more difficult to project than hitters, so I can kind of understand the trade, even from the Dodgers' perspective, trading kind of an established good player, not great player, but good player. Jose De Leon, though, I really like his potential. I think he's got top of the rotation potential. I really do. You look at his numbers, especially last year in AAA, Oklahoma City, 2.61 ERA, age 23. I think he's a top of the rotation potential pitcher.
I mean, honestly, I think they have 4 guys that by the end of the year will be like studs. Obviously, Archer, everybody knows about him. Odorizzi, underrated, very good. Jose De Leon, like you said, if he can stay healthy, because he has had some little bit of issues this year in the spring. Blake Snell, one of the best minor league pitchers in baseball coming up, and he had a really good kind of couple starts last year at the end of the year. He could surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
You're talking about 4 guys, 2 lefties that can sling it, man. They can toe the slab.
The Rays, I would argue they do a better job of any team in the American League at developing, bringing up young starting pitching. Maybe not even developing all of it, or trading for and getting the most out of their young pitching at the major league level. I see 2 guys who I think have top of the rotation potential, Archer and De Leon. I think Snell, number 2 pitcher type potential. I see a couple number 3s in there, maybe even 3 with Matt Andriese mixed in there. Their starting pitching depth is the only real reason why I like the Tampa Bay Rays in 2017.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, in all honesty, their lineup should be better than what they look like, because they have some decent players. I mean, Kiermaier's good. Brad Miller hits for power. Longoria is good, obviously. Dickerson is Dickerson. Matt Duffy's a good player.
See, the thing is, I look at it as an opponent, as an opposing team, and I look in. You really have to take 2 or 3 of the Rays. Their lineup does not strike fear in anyone. I mean, it's this. I mean, I have to just put it bluntly. This isn't a good lineup. I don't see one hitter in there who is above average, other than Longoria. I really don't. I don't see one hitter who's decidedly above average. I think Souza maybe in a good year. Brad Miller's got some pop, but beyond them, but then they have guys who are really good defensively, though. I mean, Kiermaier is the best defensive center fielder, I think, in all of baseball.
Over Trout?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Over Mike Trout. Over anyone else, any other center fielder, I think he's the best.
Now, Trout is a good defensive center fielder, but Kiermaier is pure defense, pure speed.
I love their outfield, and also Souza is really good defensively in the corner spots.
I will give it to you. I think Matt Duffy is a little more undervalued right now when it comes to his hitting. Okay, he was a really good hitter when he played in San Francisco, and he's a really good hitter now. Still, I mean, I think he's hitting 5th in this lineup for some reason. I don't know why, but he's got some power. And he's just a good overall hitter. You have, I mean, Rotochamp.com has him hitting 5th, and it's kind of like, okay, really? I mean, I don't know that I would really feel comfortable calling him an everyday player, which is what highlights, the problem with their lineup is it's just not a formidable lineup. I mean, they have him, 711 OPS. I view him as kind of a role player, maybe a 300 to 400 PA type guy in a regular season. I don't really have him as an everyday player. I do agree with you, though. They made a couple good moves. I mean, for a low budget team, they're not going to go out there and spend money, but they made a couple, smart moves. I think bringing in Rasmus toward the end of the offseason, trading for De Leon. Those are the types of moves that they need to be making. So. Okay, I mean, looking at this, they picked up Wilson Ramos. I mean, they paid some money for that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good player, and he will be a good player when he gets healthy. I mean, he had the ACL tear last year. When he comes back, they're going to be a lot better as a team, and I think it'll actually
Ramos, yeah,
I think it'll bolster the lineup a little bit because, I mean, Curtis Casilla, I mean, really, come on, Casille. But other than that, I mean, they have a really good closer in Colome.
Yes, Alex Colome.
Other than, I mean, Brad Boxberger was amazing 2 years ago.
Right.
But who do they got? I mean, seriously, who on this team makes you think that they're still better than the Yankees?
Well, the thing is, I think
this team strikes fear in the hearts of exactly nobody.
Then
and
how
that is
do you
the
guys
issue.
have them, not you, Tommy, but you. How are they finishing above the Yankees if they don't have any fear?
I think they're finishing above the Yankees because I think I would value a very, very good starting rotation, deep starting rotation, above a deep 7, 8, 9 bullpen. I don't think the Yankees have the differences, and I know you're gonna say, well, yeah, but you're a Royals fan, you value the bullpen. The Royals rotation in 2015 and 2014 was a good rotation. 2015 was maybe average, maybe a tick below average. Yankees rotation sucks. Okay, it does. The Rays, their rotation is really good. I take their rotation, even with a not so good bullpen. I still have them finishing above the Yankees, although I still have them finishing, between 75 and 80 wins.
Do you know what it takes in order to win games in Major League Baseball? One thing and one thing only: scoring runs. They cannot do
They
it.
can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
The fact is, this lineup is not good enough to score many, if any, runs. Not only do I project them to finish last, I think they will be shut out more than any team in Major League Baseball.
We got that on record. I believe that actually might be true. They are the worst team in the American League.
They are absolutely the worst team in the American League.
I mean, Chris is giving me that look. He's giving me the look.
Worst
of
team in
right
American
now.
League.
I mean,
This
come
is
on.
ridiculous.
I just don't
Look
see
at,
how
look
you
at this
can
lineup.
on paper.
I really
lineup?
like them.
I don't see
kidding.
how you could convincingly say that with the Minnesota Twins.
The Twins are not the worst team in that division.
and even like the Angels of the last couple seasons in Oakland.
The
in
Angels.
Oakland,
Okay, I will give you
convincingly say
that. Oakland might be a worse team, maybe. But the Rays. I mean, I do
They're so
do
bad.
like some of their lineup
They will be in games, but only because their pitching staff is so
only
good.
because of their pitching staff.
Yeah,
But here's the problem: they're going to
they'll-
sell off some of those guys by the end of
That's
the year.
probably true. They're going to lose games 3-0, 3-1, 2-1. They're going to lose all of the close games, and they're going to finish ass last in the division, hands down.
Yeah, easily.
No question.
Easily.
No
The
question
only reason
about
that
it.
I don't have them finishing horribly is just because of their rotation. Just because they've got a lot of potential guys. They got a lot of good young pitchers.
So you think they're just going to luck
25.
into enough runs to win games?
Here's the problem with that. Okay,
I think
what
so. And they've
happens?
got some good defenders too. They got some good defenders.
And like I said, they'll be
phenomenal.
in
Sorry.
games. They're not going to get completely rocked, but
But here's the problem:
you
what
still got to
happens if
score
they
runs,
do?
and they can't.
What happens if they do get
They
completely
give
rocked?
up 12. They give up 15
Because they're
runs.
looking, you're
This
looking
is-
at Boston, you're looking at Toronto, you're looking at Baltimore, you're looking at the Yankees, you're looking at the Cubs, you're looking at the Cardinals, you're looking at the Pirates. They have a tough schedule this year.
Interleague-
of people that can clobber the baseball.
Interleague. That's only a small handful of games. Plus, you got Milwaukee and Cincinnati.
They
thrown
played
in there in
12
the NL Central.
games
And-
against the Pirates, Cardinals, and Cubs combined.
Okay, but then you look at no team in the NL East or the AL East is really, I think, really formidable other than Boston. I mean, Boston, I think, is the one formidable team. I think that they could, in that ballpark.
I mean, they still have to play the other AL teams.
I'm not going to argue. See, the thing is, I think you could you really could make a case for them finishing last, finishing behind the Yankees. But at least they have something at least they have a real strength, and that is, and I would argue maybe even two strengths with defense and their starting rotation. Those are two good
the Yankees
strengths.
have
Yankees don't have
the
any
Yankees
strength
have
other than
an
the bullpen.
unbelievable strength that not a lot of teams have.
Just the back end of their bullpen.
And that's a huge thing. They can luck out and have a lead going into the 8th inning, and it's automatic game over.
That's true, but getting there is going to be really difficult for them.
Really? Getting past the first inning for this team is going to be really difficult for them. If any team scores in the first inning, they're done. Done. D-U-N. Done.
Yeah, this team is definitely not built to play from behind.
No,
Not a
they
chance.
can't.
No.
And with the way Chris Archer started his year last year, they're probably going to be like 12-35 after the first 2 months.
Yeah. Well, they're not built to play from behind, but you could maybe take a couple of their starting pitchers and you can put them in the back end of the bullpen. I mean, I think theoretically you could
they're not
do
gonna
that.
do
Then
that
you
because
lose the
here's
one strength that you do have.
Exactly. So here's what's going to
I
happen.
wouldn't even really call the bullpen a bullpen.
But
strength
if
for Tampa
it's
Bay.
We're
not
not talking about that.
the
We're
one
talking about
strength you
starting
have is the
pitcher.
starting pitcher. If you start moving your backside and starting pitcher guys into the bullpen, then the one strength that you do have is completely gone at that
But I'm
point.
just saying they may have 5 guys already. They may have 5. I look at the rotation. I see 6 bona fide starting pitchers right there. Right
I
now.
wouldn't
He's
say
bona fide. He's bona fide.
Bona fide.
He's bona fide.
That's my word right there.
He's bona fide. Here's the problem, okay? Because I see them as major sellers. Not only are they going to get rid of Kiermaier,
I do think they're gonna sell.
They're going to get rid of Kiermaier because he's
Yeah.
worth it. They're going to get rid of Archer. They'll probably get rid of Odorizzi because they have Snell and De Leon coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they package Archer and Colome to somebody like Houston, somebody like Texas Rangers. They might need it.
I think I looked at it. I think the wild card to their season is going to be Chris Archer. I really do. I mean, if they sell him at the trade deadline, okay, maybe. But Archer, I think, is a guy. Last year, much of the season, he just got he blew up. But then you look at some of the other numbers like FIP, way lower than his ERA. I do see a bounce back season. Archer's got great stuff. Okay, got great stuff. I see a bounce back season from him. I think he's the wild card to their season. But here I am. I'm talking about the rotation because that's their only real strength, other than a few defensive players. Are pretty good. That's what's going to keep them from being like a total laughingstock team. In my opinion.
I mean, I still think. I mean, I'm not saying no team is going to be laughing stock, honestly, but they're not going to be. They have no shot in the division. None. Because if they get roughed up at all, they're done.
Yeah.
They have no stopgaps in their bullpen. They have one guy in their bullpen. You get any rough up onto the starting pitcher, and they're done.
Yeah, I would say no. And also, what hurts them, I think, is they don't have any they don't have any hitters coming up.
Yeah, they don't have anybody that can come up and just be like, hey, what's up? My name's Gary Sanchez. I'm gonna hit 20 home runs in 48 at bats.
Right. Yeah.
Or 48 games.
Malik Smith, I need to kind of look at him. I mean, he may not be 29 steals.
I mean,
he's more of a steal guy.
I mean, in all honesty, we're all in agreement. This team is just not going to be competing. Okay, it's just I think the biggest thing that's going to happen with this team is who do they sell to, and what kind of impact is that going to have on the playoff teams. So, and that's what we're going to end on with this episode. We really appreciate it. Please follow us on Twitter at JNC Baseball Show. Any topics, any questions you have, please send them to our email at jncbaseballofficial@gmail.com. Please give us a like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, catch us on iTunes, and we will see you next time.